Hi, I'm Chris Randall, and I'm here to talk to you about SQL Server 2005 integration services. I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself before we get into the course. I live in Colorado with my family and pets and guitars, and when I'm not working on courses like this one, I teach SQL classes for a Microsoft learning partner called AmeriTeach in Greenwood Village. I've been working with SQL Server since 1996. I've been a Microsoft certified trainer, a Microsoft certified DBA, and now an IT pro in SQL Server, beginning in about 1998. I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of SQL students, either teaching development, teaching DBA skills, working with data warehousing, data transformation services. And I'm looking forward to talking a bit about SQL Server integration services and showing you all the new things we can do. We're here to talk about SQL Server integration services, a product that ships with SQL Server 2005. And in talking about integration services, which I'm going to call SSIS, we'll find ourselves making reference to what came before it. And what came before it in the Microsoft tools is Data Transformation Services, or DTS. Now, this course doesn't require any particular experience or knowledge of DTS, but we will find references to it throughout. In fact, according to Microsoft, the name SQL Server Integration Services came along late enough in the product cycle that there were all sorts of references to DTS in the underlying code, in the names of things. So you'll run into those, but it's important to understand that you're not going to be working with DTS. Microsoft has done a complete new product with SSIS that picks up on a lot of things DTS could do, but isn't simply a version upgrade. Well, we've established what it isn't. What is SQL Server Integration Services? SSIS is part of Microsoft's Business Intelligence toolset, which also includes analysis services and reporting services for SQL Server 2005. It's Microsoft's application platform for migrating and manipulating data as part of an overall extract, transform, and load process, or ETL. If you've worked in the data warehousing space or simply worked with large amounts of data, you've encountered ETL before. And in this course, we're going to look at what tools Integration Services has to provide for extracting data from heterogeneous data sources, which of course is Microsoft's favorite way of saying different, for transforming or manipulating the data, and eventually loading it into our destination of choice, which may be SQL Server, but doesn't have to be. So a common situation is that you have data in one format, maybe it's SQL Server, maybe it's a text file, and you want to get it into another format. Maybe a different SQL Server, maybe a text file, maybe an Excel spreadsheet. And what we're going to look at in this section is how to go from one point to another. We'll explore some of the tools that are available, including an import-export wizard. And then we'll look at the Business Intelligence Development Studio, which is going to be your primary tool for building SSIS packages.